Welcome to SoulScripture, where your journey isn't just witnessed, it's divinely validated and accelerated. Chosen one, stop for a moment and truly listen. There is an energy erupting beneath your skin, a frequency humming through your spirit, and it is not your imagination. What you're sensing is nothing less than a cosmic announcement. Heaven has issued a summons for you, and the blueprints of your destiny are being unrolled in realms your eyes cannot yet see. This is not poetry or wishful thinking. This is a spiritual fact. Right now, your Creator is authorizing a new construction at the very foundation of your being. The world calls it change, but for the chosen, it is an upgrade that rewrites the laws of what you thought was possible for your life. Why are you feeling so restless, so different, so strangely awake in the midnight hours? It's because you are standing on the threshold of a dimension you've never encountered before. God's hand is on your life, drawing new lines in the sand, erasing what no longer fits, and infusing you with capabilities that only your future will fully reveal. You have sensed the old world falling away, the comfort of routines, the predictability of relationships, the old patterns that once made you feel at home. Now, everything feels unfamiliar, almost alien, as if you've outgrown the shell of your former self. That tension, that discomfort, is the spiritual alarm clock ringing out. A new assignment is descending upon you. You can't afford to ignore it. The timing is divine. This is not a season to drift or wait for another sign. This is your call to immediate attention. Let this truth settle into your bones. You are not here by accident. The aches, the odd bursts of energy, the urge to withdraw, or the sudden longing to leap into something new, these are not random. These are the symptoms of a destiny shift. Your life is being interrupted, and for good reason. God is revealing a blueprint unique to you, a plan so profound that your old body, your old mindset, and your old coping mechanisms simply cannot survive what is coming next. In the invisible realm, you are being fitted for armor, for wings, for tools only chosen ones receive when it's time to ascend to the next level. Imagine this moment as a divine architect, redrawing the plans for your life, digging deeper foundations, reinforcing walls, raising the ceiling of your capacity. God is not merely tweaking your personality or helping you feel a little better. He is reconstructing you at the root. This upgrade is not cosmetic, it's cellular, spiritual, total. You may even feel like you're coming undone. Don't resist it. The coming days will require strength that lasts, wisdom that pierces through deception, resilience that outlasts the pressure, and a spiritual presence that cannot be shaken by storms or shifting circumstances. Chosen one, heaven's construction crew is at work, and every part of you is being touched. This is a rare, holy, momentous moment. Many wish for, but few are truly ready to step into. Your hesitation is understood, but let urgency grip your spirit. The world is entering an age where only those radically reformed, divinely re-engineered, and courageously aligned will be able to lead, heal, and carry the new frequencies God is pouring out. Don't settle for mere survival when you are being summoned for transformation. Feel the shift, acknowledge the call, and lean into the process. Your new body, your new dimension is not on the way. It's being activated right now, in this very breath. The old comforts are falling away, and not by accident, chosen one. You may find yourself reaching for what once soothed your soul, only to discover it brings no peace. The foods you used to crave now leave you empty. The routines that gave you stability now feel restrictive. Even the laughter of familiar company can feel strangely hollow. This is not punishment. This is not rejection. It is holy disruption. God is breaking the mold because what you are becoming will not fit inside what you once were. There's a reason why your old comforts are dissolving like morning mist. You were not made for a life of perpetual sameness. The Creator of all things is intentionally disrupting your comfort zone to provoke the expansion you've secretly prayed for. He is refusing to let you settle for yesterday's blessings when tomorrow's miracles require a new vessel entirely. The ache of discomfort, the sense that nothing fits, is the signal that your system is being recalibrated for higher purposes. You are being compelled to leave behind the familiar, not as an act of cruelty, but as an act of divine love, a necessary step to force you into alignment with a radical new design. Recall the ancient stories. Abraham was told to leave his country, his kin, and everything he knew without even knowing where he was going. It was discomfort that propelled him into destiny. Moses was torn from palace comfort into the wild, where the old life died so that a deliverer could be born. In every era, God's chosen have been asked to release the familiar before stepping into the extraordinary. You are now living this archetype. Every time an old habit fails you, every time a cherished relationship grows distant, every time a routine loses its flavor, heaven is giving you a gentle, sometimes fierce nudge. It is time to step out. This isn't just spiritual poetry. It's a law of breakthrough. The old has to make space for the new, and often that process feels like loss. But you are not losing yourself. You are being forced into a greater, more resilient form. The fit is supposed to feel wrong right now, because you are no longer meant to shrink to old spaces or old identities. If your soul feels restless, if your spirit aches for more, do not fight it. Let the discomfort become the confirmation that God is up to something massive behind the scenes. Chosen one, this is your moment to cooperate with heaven. When nostalgia tempts you to turn back, remember, you cannot carry yesterday's limitations into tomorrow's destiny. Resist the urge to grip tighter to what's fading. Trust that every relationship, every habit, every comfort that falls away is clearing space for a capacity you have never imagined. God is not merely changing your preferences. He's unlocking new frequencies in new wisdom, peace, love, and power that your old self couldn't host. This process is urgent, necessary, and utterly transformative. Don't let fear or the opinions of others cause you to cling to the past. The release is a sacred act of faith, a living sacrifice that signals to heaven that you are ready. The world around you may not understand your hunger for more, but your destiny does. You are not just being improved, you are being rebuilt. Let every discomfort become your rallying cry, proof that you are expanding, not retreating. What no longer fits is not your enemy, it is your invitation. The new mold is already waiting. Will you step into it, or will you let fear tether you to a life you have already outgrown? The urgency is real. The new dimension is calling. Chosen one, you are in the throes of a holy unraveling. What you're feeling now, the turbulence, the tears, the confusion, even the sudden bursts of unexplained emotion, isn't proof that you're regressing or failing. It is evidence that heaven's hands are delicately, powerfully, performing sacred surgery on your soul. You are not being dismantled to be destroyed, but to be reborn. The pain, the ache, the sensation that your very identity is coming apart, it's all the birth pangs of your next level. You're not just being restored, you're being rebuilt from the inside out, to carry weight and glory your old self could never sustain. Let's set the record straight. Pain is not always punishment. Sometimes, it's the tool God uses to free you from layers that can't enter the new dimension. Like a snake must shed its skin raw, vulnerable, uncomfortable, so too must you shed outdated identities, beliefs, and attachments. The shedding is never pretty. You might wake up and not recognize your own thoughts, desires, or needs. People around you may notice a distance, a new depth in your gaze, a silence that isn't emptiness, but holy recalibration. This is not the time to mourn what's leaving. It's the season to anticipate what's being born. God is not just removing your comfort. He's unmaking the scaffolding of who you thought you were, so that someone stronger, lighter, more prepared for heavenly atmospheres can emerge. The world calls it breakdown, but you, chosen one, are experiencing breakthrough. The friction, you feel the tension in your mind and body, the emotional roller coaster, the sense that something is dying, the pressure required to form wings beneath the surface. Remember, Even Jesus withdrew to the wilderness, endured temptations, and shed false identities before emerging in power. David, too, wept and grieved before dancing and leading. Throughout the ages, God's people have had to endure a season of unraveling to unlock their divine assignment. You are not the exception. You are the next in line for transformation. In this holy process, old habits may now drain you. The friendships you once depended on might fade, not because you're doing something wrong, but because you are being called higher. The stories you told yourself of not being enough, of needing to control, of bracing for disappointment, are being stripped away, sometimes violently. The discomfort is not the enemy, resistance is. If you try to cling to what's falling apart, the pain only intensifies. But if you surrender, the transition accelerates. God is making space for the new by removing what can't go with you. It's sacred pruning, not senseless pain. Your emotions, too, are being recalibrated. Sudden tears, old memories surfacing, unpredictable moods, these are the signs that God is cleaning house. He is bringing to light what must be healed, forgiven, and left behind. Don't mislabel your growing pains as regression. These are sacred contractions, the labor that births your next level. The urge to run, hide, or retreat is natural, but it is not your calling. Your calling is to lean in, to trust, and to let the unraveling do its holy work. What feels unbearable today will soon become the foundation for a strength and freedom you have never known. So take heart. You are not falling apart. You are falling together piece by holy piece in the hands of the one who makes all things new. Embrace the pain, trust the process, and let yourself be undone for the sake of a new reality. This is your sacred surgery, chosen one, and your next dimension is on the other side of this holy unraveling. Chosen one, hear this now, your very DNA is being recoded. Heaven isn't just touching your circumstances, it's transforming the infrastructure of your existence. What you sense stirring in your body, the unfamiliar sensations, the pulses of energy, or the fatigue that comes out of nowhere, are all indicators that God is working on a frequency deeper than flesh. You are not being renovated, you are being entirely re-engineered. The old spiritual wiring, the hand-me-down patterns of thought and response, the limits you inherited or built yourself, are being overwritten with a new divine code. This is not a gentle, incremental adjustment. This is a supernatural overhaul. The blueprint for your next season was written in glory, not in human wisdom. The same spirit that raised Christ from the dead is now awakening capacities in you that you thought had vanished or were never there to begin with. Have you felt yourself drawn to different ways of moving, eating, even breathing? Has your intuition sharpened, your discernment become keener, your perception of reality begun to shift in subtle but profound ways? These are not oddities, they are upgrades. God is expanding you from the inside out, enabling you to operate at a level of resilience and purpose that your old self simply couldn't withstand. Where you once felt fragile, you will now sense an undercurrent of supernatural durability. Where shame or self-doubt used to linger, now comes the quiet thunder of chosenness. Those old cycles, patterns, or family narratives that seem to define you, watch as they dissolve, broken and replaced by generational blessings that run deeper than DNA. Your entire being is being coded for impact, recalibrated to carry authority, wisdom, and the very glory of heaven into environments desperately in need of light. Think of the biblical archetypes: Jacob wrestling with the angel and leaving forever changed, not just in name but in walk. Moses coming down from the mountain, his face shining with an otherworldly radiance after being exposed to God's presence. You too are being imprinted, not only with spiritual insight, but with a new spiritual biology, resilience and capacity, tailored for the battle and blessing ahead. Your spiritual DNA is being recoded so you can withstand, transmit, and sustain the supernatural power required for your assignment. Don't dismiss those moments when you feel stretched to your limits. That's your system adapting to new programming. Don't downplay the times when your mind races with new ideas, when creative solutions or flashes of insight interrupt your day. These are heaven's downloads, unlocking gifts that have been dormant, waiting for this very season. What others see as luck, talent, or coincidence is actually the fruit of your divine upgrade. The changes may not always be visible at first, but soon your energy, endurance, even your physical health will shift as heaven's technology finishes its work in you. And this upgrade isn't just for you. As your capacity grows, you'll find you can carry others in prayer, withstand greater pressure, and remain unshaken amid storms that would have once undone you. Your heart's bandwidth will expand. You'll forgive quicker, love deeper, and stand as an anchor for those in chaos. The world is desperate for this kind of steady, unbreakable presence. Declare it now. God is upgrading my DNA for a new dimension. I receive the resilience, capacity, and coding required for my next assignment. Let this truth settle into your spirit, into every cell, every thought, every breath. You're not just a better version of who you were. You are a wholly new vessel, custom-built, divinely designed, and ready to carry what only you can. Chosen one. As your body and spirit recalibrate for this higher assignment, God is awakening your senses, both natural and supernatural. The world you once navigated by habit is suddenly alive with signals, nuances, and spiritual data points that others miss. This is not your imagination running wild. It is heaven sharpening your tools for battle. You are being tuned to frequencies that carry warnings, wisdom, and direction straight from the spirit. Have you noticed colors seem more vivid, music strikes deeper, or a passing word cuts through the noise with supernatural clarity? Perhaps you find yourself sensing shifts in a room before anyone speaks, or you know what someone needs without a word being said. These are early signs that your spiritual discernment is being heightened. Where once you operated on sight alone, now you are being entrusted with vision, the kind of knowing that kept Elisha calm when armies surrounded him, the kind that let Daniel interpret the hidden mysteries of dreams. This isn't just about intuition, it's divine intelligence. Heaven is activating abilities that were dormant, waiting for this very season. Don't dismiss the dreams that wake you in the night, the hunches that prove true, or the sudden urges to pray or change direction. These are not coincidences, they are instructions. God is opening your eyes and ears in ways that make you not only wise, but strategically untouchable. You will discern the traps of the enemy before they spring, sense opportunities before others even recognize them, and move in perfect timing with the divine agenda. But with these new senses can come overwhelm. Sometimes, the data will seem too much, the noise, the emotion, the awareness of darkness and light moving in unseen places. Don't let it push you to withdraw or shut down. Like a newborn opening its eyes for the first time, you are simply adjusting to the rush of revelation. Anchor yourself in stillness with God. Let Him teach you how to set spiritual boundaries, how to listen and when to filter, how to use these new gifts for service and not for fear or self-indulgence. Remember, with each new sense comes a corresponding responsibility. What you discern is not just for your benefit, but for the safety and direction of those around you. You'll notice your prayer life deepening, your ability to encourage and protect others growing, and your presence bringing calm in the midst of chaos. The Spirit will even show you things before they happen, not to make you anxious, but to prepare you. You will know when to speak and when to wait, when to move and when to be still. The world will marvel at your clarity, but you will know the secret. It's not intelligence or luck, but the overflow of your divine upgrade. Stay humble and stay curious. The old world chases what it can see and touch, but your new dimension values what is discerned by faith. Your greatest tools will be insight, intuition, and spiritual presence gifts that grow stronger as you use them to bless others and steward heaven's agenda on earth. So, chosen one, embrace these new senses. Let them guide you, protect you, and empower you to lead with precision. God is entrusting you with vision for a reason. As you learn to move with these new abilities, you are being set apart as a leader, a protector, a pioneer for the remnant in this new era. This is your preparation for spiritual battle, your training ground for miracles yet to come. Lean into it because your mission is unfolding and your senses are your secret weapon. Chosen one, as your upgrade deepens, the transformation reaches the very core of your heart, your emotions, your inner world, the place where wounds once echoed and fear tried to make its home. God is not merely giving you resilience, He is alchemizing your emotions into a weapon of divine joy and unshakable peace. The pain, the tears, the sudden waves of feeling, they are no longer evidence of weakness, but the living proof that you are being made unbreakable from the inside out. For years, perhaps your heart was trained by disappointment, by cycles of betrayal, by the exhausting habit of expecting loss. You may have found yourself guarding your joy, rationing your hope, always bracing for something to go wrong. But the blueprint of heaven demands a different foundation. Now, you are being taught to feel without being overtaken, to grieve without being chained, to rejoice without reservation. The triggers that once left you spiraling now lose their power as God rewires your emotional landscape, turning your heart from a battlefield into a sanctuary. Have you noticed how moments that would have wrecked you now wash over like a cleansing rain? The voice that used to criticize is quieter, replaced by a new inner affirmation. I am chosen, I am safe, I am guided. Instead of shrinking in confrontation or change, you find yourself leaning in, ready to trust and grow. This is emotional alchemy. The pain isn't wasted, it's purified. Every tear, every sigh, every unexpected moment of laughter is evidence that your nervous system is being healed and your soul restored. Look to the story of David, who wept freely before God yet rose to dance and lead with courage. He was called a man after God's own heart, not because he hid his emotions, but because he surrendered them, letting joy and sorrow flow together in worship. That's your inheritance now. Your vulnerability is becoming your strength. You can feel deeply without breaking, love fully without losing yourself, and recover from setbacks faster than ever. Laughter will bubble up from the new wells of your spirit, and gratitude will return as a daily companion. Watch as your relationships begin to shift too. You'll attract those who carry the same frequency of hope and faith, and you'll find drama and negativity losing their grip on your circle. Boundaries will feel less like walls and more like living rivers, channeling peace into every interaction. You will mourn and celebrate with humility, forgiving quickly, releasing the past, and making room for the new. Where anxiety once ruled, waves of peace now anchor you. Where bitterness tried to take root, radical joy springs up. And remember, your emotional transformation isn't just for you. The world desperately needs people who can feel deeply and still move forward in faith, who can mourn with hope and celebrate with humility. Your redeemed emotions will become a testimony, your peace a contagion, your joy a weapon against the heaviness in others. Let God finish this work in you. Bless your heart, speak life over your emotions, and invite them to partner with your spirit. This is the emotional upgrade your calling requires, and it is being completed in you right now with every surrendered moment. Chosen one, as your spirit and emotions ascend, don't be surprised when the fabric of your relationships is rewoven by heaven's own hand. What once felt secure may suddenly feel distant. Old bonds may loosen or dissolve, not because of failure or neglect, but because heaven is aligning your connections to match the new frequency you now carry. You may experience moments of loneliness, confusion, or even grief as familiar faces fade into the background and long-standing ties seem to unravel. But this is not rejection, it's holy reordering. God is clearing the space around you for new alliances, new support, and a fellowship that is designed for your next dimension. Many will not understand the journey you are on. Some may even project their fears or disappointment onto your growth, attempting to tether you to an identity you have outgrown. But listen closely. You are not being abandoned. You are being repositioned. Just as Abraham had to leave behind the familiar, and as Ruth stepped away from her past to walk into destiny, you too are being called into new circles. The discomfort of relational loss is real, but it is preparation for something greater. Each shifting connection, each friendship that drifts, is the pruning required for deeper roots and greater fruit. Relationships in the new dimension are spiritual contracts. Some were meant to teach you, some to test you, and others to serve for only a season. Now, God is weaving together a network and alliance of chosen ones, a tribe marked by courage, faith, and relentless hope. You will find yourself drawn to new voices, mentors, and even strangers who feel instantly familiar. These connections are divine appointments, orchestrated so that your destiny is strengthened and your journey multiplied. With them, you'll feel the ease of genuine belonging, the synergy of shared vision, and the safety of mutual encouragement. Let yourself release what must go without guilt or nostalgia. Those who are meant to travel with you into this new dimension will rise to meet you there. Others, whose energy can't withstand your upgraded frequency, will naturally fall away. Don't try to drag everyone forward. Honor their place in your story and bless them as you continue. Your assignment is too important, your mission too urgent, to be delayed by what no longer serves your purpose. Be open to surprises. Heaven often brings the most crucial allies through unexpected encounters, a chance conversation, a moment of vulnerability, a mutual recognition of purpose. Pay attention to the people who encourage your growth, challenge you to rise, and honor your process. Let your heart receive new relationships with gratitude, and don't shrink from the unfamiliar. The tribe forming around you is not just for companionship, but for mission. You are being equipped with a network that can weather storms, carry vision, and release hope into places only chosen ones can reach. Even as you walk through this shifting landscape, know this: the loneliness of transition will soon be replaced by the satisfaction of true belonging. You are part of a remnant, a living tapestry of destiny bearers being raised for this very moment in history. Release the past, celebrate the present, and expect the arrival of allies who will help you steward the glory of your new dimension. You will not walk alone, chosen one. You are moving with a fellowship of destiny, each carrying a spark of heaven's purpose into a world desperate for restoration. Chosen one, now comes the moment of your divine commissioning. Everything that has unfolded, the discomfort, the recalibration, the new wiring of your heart and body, was preparation for this. You are not simply restored, but radically sent. You are not who you were, nor are you just an improved version of your past self. Every cell in your being has been infused with purpose. Every scar has become a testimony, every loss a seed for new glory. This is the activation point, and the Spirit says, step forward. Let the weight of this reality wash over you. Your journey is not for comfort, but for assignment. Your new body is the vessel through which heaven will pour restoration, healing, and hope. Your renewed mind is the architect of breakthrough strategies and divine solutions. Your heart, purified and fortified, will radiate peace that disarms the chaos of the world around you. And your Tribetha divine network forming at your side will multiply your impact in ways you cannot yet imagine. You have been refined by fire but not consumed. You are proof that God still transforms ordinary clay into vessels of supernatural capacity. Your prayers will now carry greater authority. Your words will heal, uplift, and shatter despair. Your presence alone will shift atmospheres, stirring hope in the weary and faith in the doubting. Do not hide your transformation. This world is aching for living evidence that the kingdom is not just a promise, but a present and tangible reality. You are that evidence. As you move forward, trust the leading of the Spirit with a holy confidence. Don't apologize for the clarity, strength, or joy you now carry. The assignment ahead is bigger than anything you faced before, and it will require everything God has just given you. The doors that are opening will demand your new resilience and wisdom. The voices you meet will need the light you now release. Step into these moments without hesitation. Heaven's wind is at your back. Here is your divine confirmation. Heaven declares over you, the old has passed away, the new has come. You are fully equipped, fully chosen, and fully sent. Your story is a prophecy in motion, a living invitation for others to believe that God truly makes all things new. Go forth with blessing. Every place your foot touches, may restoration follow. May your days be long, your strength ever renewed, your influence eternal. Move from glory to glory, never settling, always ascending. For what's coming next will require everything I've just given you. So take a breath, chosen one. This is your new beginning, not your finish line. The horizon is already shifting. The next elevation is being prepared even now. Will you answer the call? Will you step forward as the living evidence, the sent one, the vessel of God's new dimension? Stay expectant, stay bold. You are the proof that heaven is not finished, and the greatest shift? It's still ahead. Watch for it. Step into it. The world is waiting for the fullness of what you now carry.